Okay, in this video, we're going to look at strengthening the question. And a strengthened question can always be identified by the words in the question. Which of the following, if true, would most strengthen, would most lend support? There's a few other variations on it, but essentially strengthen. Now, you don't have to read this first necessarily. Some tutors say, hey, it's a good idea, read that first, then go back to the paragraph. I don't think either way matters. Try out both. Read this first, then read the paragraph. See which works better for you. But I found that most students, as long as they know how to take apart the paragraph, do much better reading the paragraph first. So that's exactly what we're going to do here. So we have here graduates. 80% of graduates from Zenith, from ZU, have been able to secure employment with the first 6 weeks of graduation. Wow, that's a great college, great university. So we've identified our first premise. Percent of students from ZU employed. Now, there really isn't another premise. There's simply the conclusion. The conclusion is this. Well, if you're an engineering student, you should choose Zenith U, especially if you want to be employed upon graduating. So they say, look at this. Wow, 80% of people get a job from ZU. So, hey, engineering person, go to ZU. So if they want to get a job after graduating. Now, there are many holes here. Many holes. Many gaps. One of the gaps is, well, wait a second. How can we say engineering student equals normal student? Another possible gap could be, well, wait a second. This is from 2005 to 2009. And now they're saying if you're an engineering student, go there because when you're going to graduate, things are going to be great. That's 4 years later. So we can see that the two holes would be number 1 and number 2, economy changes. What we're doing here is anticipating. By identifying the hole, we're anticipating what the answer choice is going to look like. Now, you're going to become better and better at anticipating or finding the hole, anticipating what the answer is. At the same time, don't just sit here all day and go, what else could I think of? It's fine just to say, oh, well, they're saying that engineering students are the same as students, and therefore that's a problem. And even if the correct answer isn't actually apply to that, you can always come back, look at the conclusion, and see if you can think of another reason, such as, oh, the economy changes. The thing, though, is in a strengthened question, you want to plug up the hole. Therefore, the correct answer is going to say that engineering students are exactly the same as other students who graduate from ZU, or engineering students are even more likely than other students graduating from ZU to get a job after graduating. So, that said, let's go down here to the answer choices. A, the economy has been doing well. The analysts forecast that there will be a recession that could last for as long as 5 years. Now, if you noticed a second ago, I said we want to plug up the hole. We want to strengthen the argument. So if we were dealing with the economy, we want to say, hey, the economy is going to be the same 4 years from now when an engineering student graduates, or 5 years from now. Here, though, with A, it's actually saying it's not going to be the same. And so instead of strengthening it, it's going to weaken the argument. And these are common mistakes because we see that, aha, A is doing something. It's working against the argument, yay, and we circle it forgetting that we're dealing with a strengthening question. Same on weakening questions. You have something that strengthens the prompt or the paragraph, and you choose it. So be careful to note the difference. B, since 2005, the number of jobs for engineers has not significantly decreased. Okay, well, maybe in 2009 or in 2005, things weren't going well for engineers. In 2009, they're still not going well. Or maybe they're going really well. Now they're still going really well because it's not decreased the number of jobs. But that doesn't answer our question. That doesn't help us plug in the gap. Remember, the gap goes back to comparing engineering students to all students at ZU and thinking the economy is going to be the same. Of course, the correct answer is going to plug up only one of those holes because there's only one correct answer. C, many students who were not able to secure employment within 6 weeks often found jobs soon after. Again, this is irrelevant because we're dealing with engineering students who want to go to ZU or who are told to go to ZU if they want a job. D, compared to all other degrees conferred by ZU, engineering degrees were the most likely to result in employment within 6 weeks. Aha! That's exactly what we wanted. Remember, that was a question. Well, wait a second. You can't say that ZU or engineering students are the same as other students at ZU, or engineering degrees are the same as other degrees. And here it's saying, well, they're not. They're even better. So it even makes it even more likely that if you're an engineering student, you go to ZU, you will have a job upon graduating. So D strengthens it, and that's our answer. Then there's E. Similar to humanities degree, we're not employed 6 months after graduating from ZU. You can see this is a relevant humanities degree. We don't care for this paragraph. And again, the answer is D.